Hi faeries, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Fifi. It's so nice to have you here. I hope you stay a while. Today we are going to be trying to read a book in one sitting. I've been seeing more videos like this in the booktube space, and I just think it's a very fun, interesting challenge to try and just read one book at a go. This is something I can't remember the last time I did, if I'm being honest. So I'm just excited and interested in seeing if I will in fact be able to do it. So I'm not going to be starting that now. I just filmed a different video, a video where I was talking about my anticipated releases for 2026. That's definitely out by now. So if you're interested, I would link it down below. But yeah, I just thought that I would quickly intro this video when I have the chance. Okay. Well, I will see you later today for us to get to the actual reading. It's around 7 p.m. now, and we are finally going to start reading. This is the book that we are going to be reading in this video. This is Something Good by Vanessa Miller. It says, 3 women, 2 mistakes, 1 surprising friendship that changes everything. The premise says Alexis Marshall never meant to cause the accident that left John Robinson paralyzed. But though guilt plagues her, her husband hopes to put the past behind them. After all, he's in the middle of selling a tech business, and if Alexis admits to texting while driving, the deal could collapse and cost them millions. Meanwhile, Alexis' life is not as shiny and perfect as it may seem from the outside. She has secrets of her own. As she becomes consumed with thoughts of the young man she hates, can she reconcile her mistake with her husband's expectations? Trish Robinson is just trying to hold it together after the accident that left John dependent and depressed. As the bills pile up, Trish and her husband Dwayne find themselves at odds. Trish wants to forgive and move on, but Dwayne is filled with rage towards the entitled woman who altered their lives forever. Trish can't see how anything good can come from so much hate and strife, so she determines to pray until God intervenes. Then one afternoon, Marquita Lewis rings their doorbell with a baby in her arms and changes everything. Vanessa Miller's latest inspirational novel reminds readers that differences may separate us, but if we cling to each other, God can bring something good out of our very worst moments. Okay, so it is in fact a Christian fiction. I honestly don't know how to feel about that, because when I bought it, I didn't realize that it was a Christian fiction. I just saw the blurb and found it very intriguing and thought that it would just be a really nice literary fiction. It seems that is not the case. It seems like this is more of an urban fiction that focuses on Christianity. I don't know, because most books about Christianity, especially the ones I have read, basically just make Christianity like this end all be all type situation that can just fix everything no matter what, and it's like very unrealistic and very unhelpful. So I don't know how I would feel about this. I'm just hoping it's not like too intense. Regardless, I really like the cover, and honestly that's like one of the reasons why I bought it. But I'm interested in seeing how this author tells this story, and yeah, just if it's good or not. It is about 312 pages long. In my head, I can finish this in like 3 to 4 hours. I don't know if that would actually happen. Okay, I might just be reaching for the stars. I might just be a little too ambitious, but we are going to start it now. Okay, let's get right into it. So I made it to page 30. I'm entering chapter 5, and I don't know how to feel right now. I think I like it. We have been introduced to all the main characters, I believe, and they are definitely all very personable. But for some reason, they seem very stereotypical and very much stereotyped. I looked it up, and this author is, in fact, a black author. And I love supporting black authors. I love reading books by black authors. I'm trying to make it a point to actually intentionally read more black authors, especially this coming year. But something about this already, like right off the bat, feels like internalized racism. Like, I don't know, we've already had reference to ebonics and a mention of a character who literally has just had an accident and obviously would look disheveled and not like his usual self. His mother literally compares him to a person that just came into America straight from Africa. And it was definitely very weird because why would you say that? Like, genuinely, why would you say that? That's so weird and off putting. I know, obviously, she was just like being maybe sarcastic or funny. It didn't land for me because what do you even mean? She was saying this because his hair was like unkempt and unbrushed. And it's like people in Africa brush their hair occasionally and make their hair and look good and presentable occasionally, except if we have differing, you know, conclusions and opinions about what presentable means because you are in fact bigoted. Maybe I'm just, being that friend that's too woke. Maybe I'm doing too much, but yeah, something about it right off the bat does not feel good to me. Okay, and that's unfortunate because I really, really wanted to like this, but I can tell that I'm not going to hate it, I don't think, and I think it's going to have a very good, strong message, but I don't think I'm going to love it, unfortunately. This is me simply talking though. I'm just in chapter 5, okay, page 31. Who's to say it won't like shock me and evolve and get better as the book goes on? I've been reading for about an hour now. I am on page 85, chapter 10. Yeah. I had to go and make myself some tea because I was not falling asleep. I just was not. This book isn't feeding me the way that I would like it to feed me. And that's fine, but also not fine because I'm supposed to be reading this in, one sitting. It's not giving one sitting book energy. I don't even know what I'm saying. Okay, I've already started getting delusional. Basically, I'm not liking this book. Okay, the writing is just a little too simplistic for me, and it's the kind of simplistic that is not intentional or is intentional but not artistic or stylistic. It's really not that good. It feels very Wattpaddy but without the grandeur and evocative energy and feeling of Wattpad books and writing in general. The characters are very weird to me because while they somewhat feel real, they also feel a little gimmicky and stereotypical as hell. Okay, it's very tropey, but not in the traditional sense. It's tropey in the sense that this is what you would expect a book with this premise to be. Like, it's too on the nose, it's too simple, it's too exact, and it's just not artistic, in my humble opinion. The tea is good, the book not so much. I'm going to keep reading, obviously, because it's not bad and it's obviously not the worst thing I've ever read. It's just not great, okay? It's barely even good right now. But hopefully it picks up. Hopefully it starts to come together. Who's to say anymore? It just lacks quality and it feels like it could have been written by literally anybody. The only thing that makes it different is that it's incorporating Black American and African, rhetoric and culture, I guess. So that is in fact something that makes it different. I guess you can see that. But it's not done skillfully and it's not done masterfully. It's not intrinsic. It's just very surface level. I'm not loving this, okay? I'm really not. And I'm really upset because I wanted to like this. We also have a lot of Jesus talk. I really don't like, Jesus Christian talk in novels, I think, because the book is already fictional. Why are you making it sound even more unrealistic by including all this talk about how God is the end all be all and God is going to solve all your problems and all you have to do is put your hands together and pray. That is not that's not real. I neglected my tea and I'm physically cold, so love that for me. I'm a little bit past the halfway point. Yeah, honestly, I still feel very much like I did last time I spoke to you. It's just not good writing and it's not good characterization, in my opinion. Like, they feel real, but they feel like parodies of real people or like gimmicks of real people. And I'm not loving that. Okay. It also feels like all the themes which this book is trying to tackle that are supposed to be deep are just not. Okay. They feel very surface level, very, lacking in depth and real exploration. This really isn't going as well as I thought it would, okay, and that's kind of upsetting me, can't lie. I mean, it's again not a bad book by any means. I can see how this could be some people's favorite book ever. It could resonate with a lot of people. I am just not among those people. The only reason I'm still kind of intrigued and interested is because the story in itself is actually really, really good. I wish it was written with more depth and clarity and exploration, expounding on, all these characters and their feelings and their thoughts and their mental, disillusions. It's just not doing any of that. And it's really, really upsetting. Okay. I'm not loving it. I'm going to keep reading though. Like, what can you do? So it's the next day, and as you saw, I finished this book. And honestly, everything that I said still stands. I just did not like the writing, okay? It wasn't too great, in my humble opinion. As I said, it felt a little too Wattpad esque without the flair of Wattpad. So I did not enjoy that. I also didn't love the characters. While I found them quite personable, I wasn't able to connect with any of them because they just felt a little too stereotyped and overly dramatized. And yeah, I just wasn't feeling it, to be honest. I also felt like all the things that this book tried to tackle were handled without actual thought and care and attention to detail. It felt like the mental health issues in this book were used as an excuse to explain away characters' actions, and no character had any actual consequences come to them for the bad things that they did. The way everything just boiled down to, oh, you can just get on your knees and pray and all your life's issues and problems will solve, it just felt a little too unrealistic. And honestly, I think I just need to stop reading Christian fiction because it just pisses me off. Like, that's not what happens. Okay. All in all, it wasn't a bad book by any means. I enjoyed the story for what it was, and I think it came together quite nicely, even though the ending felt a little too convenient. I think I'm going to settle on a 3-star for this book. I would say 2.75, but I'm trying to be a little more lenient. It just wasn't for me, and that's totally fine. But that brings us to the end of this video. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. It was a shorter one, but I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you've read this book, what your thoughts are about it. Just talk to me down below. I love reading and replying comments. It's one of my favorite pastimes. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and also follow me on Instagram if you want to be book besties or just besties in general. I really love and appreciate that. But for now, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.